You need to stop asking your child's teacher, how's he doing? How's she doing? Stop it. Those questions are simply not enough. When you are at parent-teacher conferences or you're checking in with your child's teacher, you want to make sure that you're asking insightful questions. You need to be asking questions that are going to help you learn your child's strengths and your child's areas of growth so that you can truly start supporting them at home. And simply asking, how's he doing? How's she doing? Is not enough. I'm going to share with you some questions that you can ask your child's teacher that can help you go deeper, specifically within their literacy development. Welcome back to the Early Intellect Learning channel. My name is Claire Thomas. I am an early literacy specialist. I am a former educator, an advocate for early learning and early childhood education, and I'm also the founder of Early Intellect, your partner in nurturing early literacy at home. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos that I post. Okay, let's get into today's video. Let's talk about exactly what you should be asking your child's teacher during these parent-teacher conferences, during the check-ins, because simply saying, how's he doing? How's she doing? Is not cutting it, because the teacher, depending on their style, depending on who they are, they might not give you enough information just from asking that question alone. And so whenever you are at these conferences, whenever you are having these little check-ins, you want to make sure that your questions are as specific as possible. Specific questions get specific answers, and then you can know how to proceed in supporting your child. But if you're asking vague questions, you're gonna get vague answers, and then it's going to be a lot harder to know exactly where to start, what to work on with your child at home. So, what questions can you ask? Questions that I'm going to share are going to be specific to literacy skills. So, we're really honing in on learning about where your child is in their reading journey, what skills they have strength in, and what skills they need additional support in. So, the first question is, what are my child's strengths in reading and writing? By understanding where their strong points are, you can reinforce these skills at home and you can celebrate their achievements. And it also serves as a point where you know, okay, they're really, really strong in this area, so maybe I don't need to focus on it as much, and I can focus on something else where they need to still grow in. Another question that you can ask, are there any areas where my child needs improvement? So identifying specific areas of growth can be extremely beneficial in helping you know what to work on at home with your child. So if your child's teacher tells you, oh, they have mastered the alphabet, they got it down packed, they know all of the letter sounds, but they're struggling to blend, then you know that's a skill that you need to be spending time practicing and working on at home. So identifying and acknowledging the areas of growth can really help you hone in on specific things and specific skills to focus on at home with your child. Something else that you can do is be extremely specific in the questions that you ask around the skills. So, is my child able to blend sounds together to read words? Is my child able to segment sounds to spell words? What are you noticing when my child is trying to segment sounds? So being as specific as possible when it comes to the actual skill can help you know, okay, I need to work on this with my child, or, oh, I'm noticing that at home too. What can we do moving forward to help my child in this area? Another question that you can ask your child's teacher, how is my child's reading comprehension? What are the comprehension skills that you are currently working on? And how is my child doing? How is my child doing with that specific skill? So is my child able to identify the characters? Is my child able to retell a story while he or she is in class? So being as specific as possible on the skill of comprehension. Some additional questions that you can ask. When was the last literacy assessment and how did my child do? What were the results? What are the specific skills that you are currently working on in the classroom? How is my child doing with that specific skill? What are 3 things that I can work on with my child this week to help improve the skills that you are teaching in the classroom, or to help build on the skills that you are teaching in the classroom? How are you handling students who are behind in specific literacy skills? What interventions are available through the school? What interventions are you currently putting in place in the classroom? And how can I put the same interventions or similar interventions on at home to support my child? Notice how all of these questions are extremely specific because, again, specific questions get specific answers and vague questions get vague answers. And when you have vague answers, it's really hard to hone in on specific skills with your child. I have a link for you in the description box where you will find a list of these questions and a couple more. I also have for you a template that you can use to plan for your next parent-teacher conference, or just your next meetup or check-in with your child's teacher, where you will have space to write down your concerns, choosing the questions that you want to lead with. Now, all the questions that I gave you, you don't have to ask every single one of them to your child's teacher. That can get a little bit overwhelming, but choose 3 questions, 4 questions to start with and help you lead that conversation. So all of that will be in the description box for you to use, and I hope you will download it because it's free and could be really helpful for you. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you slay the next parent-teacher conference with these new questions. Again, if you have not already, make sure you click the subscribe button and like this video. And if you found it really, really helpful, share it to someone and tell them to watch it too. Thank you again. See you next time.